All right, so I'm gonna try to make this video very short and simple. Um, I don't know how much memory I really have on this phone to really just go into it, so I'm just gonna make this video short and simple on a beautiful full moon. Um, as I sit in my car, so as I said, I'm gonna make this video very short. So, if you want to know my source of information, my source of information that I give credence to, that I watch on a day-to-day basis, that I've been watching for over 10 years on my metaphysical journey, these are just a quick little list of elders and master teachers that I listen to on a day-to-day basis, that I do all of my research on a day-to-day basis, where I get my books and do my research on. Uh, so, I don't want anybody to think that what I'm saying is just I'm just saying some shit just to say some shit, or I agree with a lot of people or certain people when they say certain shit due to the fact that I've done my own research on it. So my thing is, it's very hard to disagree with a person that is dropping accurate knowledge. It's hard to disagree. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard to disagree due to the fact that if you've been studying the way you're supposed to be studying, a lot of the things that you know, uh, would think, uh, y- y- you would definitely try to at least take heed to a lot of the things that the people that I'm about to name real quick, you definitely want to do research on, because these brothers has dedicated their life to this. So let me make this real quick and real fast. So my source of information, and then which leads me to a lot of my studies. Okay. So here's my list, and it's not one to whatever. You know what I'm saying? These are all elders, master teachers. This is where I get all of my source of information, and a lot of master teachers are the ones who actually woke me up. So once again, I'm going to say it real quick. Okay. So, okay. So we're going to start off with Bobby Hemmett. I've watched all his lectures. Um, I've watched all of his videos. Um, Brother Panic, I've watched all of his lectures. I've watched all of his videos for years, going way back to Blog Talk Radio. I've listened to pretty much every lecture, that was on Blog Talk Radio at the time. Uh, I also receive a lot of knowledge also from Dr. Phil as well. I contacted him one day, and I thanked him uh, for helping me uh, to remember who I am. There was a specific video that I spoke to him about, and he was surprised that the video was actually still on YouTube. It was a Light Code Lockdown. And I humbly thanked him um, for that video that he made back in I think it was like 1992, 1993. So, Dr. Phil Valentine, um, Asar the Duke of Tears, that brother is, when I tell you that a lot of the knowledge that comes out of his mouth, I've never heard nobody put the pieces together the way this brother is able to put the pieces together. He's definitely a grand sheik in my eyes, definitely. So I do definitely absorb a lot of that knowledge. There's nothing that I can say about that. Dan Calloway. Um, who else? Rod Hayes. You know what I'm saying? Young Elder. Uh, who else? Who else? Who else? B-Dale. That man constantly drops knowledge. A Rashid. That man been dropping knowledge since forever. C. Freeman L. He is like the amount of knowledge that C. Freeman L was dropping. If you don't know who C. Freeman L is, you definitely need to go do some research. You know what I'm saying? You definitely need to do some research. I wish that he was still here. You know, I would definitely thank him as well too. There's there's another Grand Sheik. His name is I think his name is Todd's Tariq Bey, if I'm not mistaken. That brother, there's nothing that I can say, man. He drops so much jewels and knowledge, you know, about yourself and laws and government and like, you know, so my knowledge of wealth has basically accumulated through the majority of and there's a few other people as well too. Red Pill, Blue Pill, uh, Brother Rich. I think he had a channel where it was I think it's like 360 something magic or something like that. I've watched a lot of his lectures and videos. I mean, like when I tell you that I have Conjure Queen, you know, I watch a lot of her videos. You know, I mean, the list goes on. Sister Myra. I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on. You know, from my source of information, from where I'm getting a lot of the information from that has transformed me into what I am now. I can honestly say, you know, so if you wanted to hear my source, there's shout out to one of my Nuwabian brothers out there. He put me on to Malachi Z. York, and I've read a lot of his books and stuff like that. And you know, so I mean, at the end of the day, you know, all of my source of knowledge really comes from a lot of the elders, you know what I'm saying, and the people who's been, you know, in the community, in the conscious community, way before I even thought of stepping foot in the conscious community. Because at first, I'm not even gonna lie, I thought motherfuckers was crazy at first. You know, I'm not, you know, being disrespectful to anybody, because like I said, these are master teachers that I learned all of my knowledge and all of my information from. You know what I'm saying? But when I first started hearing all of this, you know, this metaphysical community and different things like that, and you know, I started hearing about Bobby Hemmett and stuff, man, I thought that, you know, this stuff was crazy at first. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, bro, I ain't never heard this shit before in my fucking life. You know what I'm saying? But then, you know, one day, you know, I don't know what happened. I think I came across, like I said, one of the very first metaphysical videos that I came across was Dr. Phil Valentine. Now I've studied Malachi Z. York in the past, because like I said, you know, I had a brother, you know, he was part of the Nuwabian nation. He introduced me to Malachi Z. York. So that's how I got the teachings, you know what I'm saying? From the beginning, you know what I'm saying? And then it just builded, you know. But when I first started hearing about, you know, metaphysics and different things like that, I was like, man, what the fuck? I'm like, man, this shit is crazy, you know what I'm saying? But then something, like I said, you know, it was that first lecture that I watched that actually woke me up, and it was the Light Cold Lockdown that Dr. Phil made back in 1992 or 1993. And I thank that man for that. So, you know, like I said before, this video is mainly for, me, thanking the elders and the ancestors for the information uh that a lot of people are taking for granted. You know what I'm saying? That a lot of people are using just to, make money and build up a platform. You know what I'm saying? So if anything, I ain't asking for shit. I just wanted to, give y'all a little bit of my source of where I'm coming up with a lot of my concepts. And a lot of times, it causes me to freestyle in it because of so much absorption of these brothers and sisters, with this knowledge. You know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is. And at the end of the day, like I said before, this is where I get my source of knowledge. And I'm fixing to go ahead and take the rest of my vitamins because I got to get up early in the morning and hit that gym. You know what I'm saying? Like always. But with that being said, this is Jaku the Sorcerer. I'm about to take myself to bed, and it is what it is. So if you really wanted to know my source, that's my source. And with that being said, I'm out. Dark side only. Peace.